Rusana na amount for any abre because European matches no do na wo ho. Ye shall see enra and ebi bekoso ana nyame adom achi ne bi bekoso. Ma me shall see enfem free Italy because enra ho na ye shall see.
Na me saw the transfers na what the games na ba.
Nanka games no.
For transfers na for games na bra. Why? We were saying Kofusi move ni Jackson Modi and na yidi na ya hu kakra.
Oh, say transfer nanka games no so nanka mpese me rem.
Okay, ni bra games me.
Me shall say the free enra game e call so e Italy. AC Milan e kwa we akwa win 2-0 against Lecce. Ken AC Milan ne first game was season him no otne fie lusu ye against Cremonense. Ne second game na hu be hia say AC Milan be kwa we na wetimi akopeke sa 3 maximum points no. So enra AC Milan e kwa we akopeke sa 3 points na e very important for them. Last season AC Milan bo boku no omentimi an qualify anko Europe. So the new season omurem target ni say yebobo season ni nyina awie no na AC Milan etimi qualify their Europe. That's the reason why Masalegri ni AC Milan impanyimfo decide say players on be sign omodi omaba no eye players more experience omo established dada. Entis what AC Milan for signings are oba kofa Luka Modric or established or experience. Oba kofa Estupinian or established player or the nkunku asaba beka ho because omo pe players are omo ye ready made on betimi dia compete na omo qualify their Europe. But what check AC Milan 2 games am witnessing nyina na against Cremonense, then against Lecce. Though say AC Milan lose every in the game nenra, but there ba kwa me hu say e affect AC Milan team ne pa na say on ability to create big chances. 2 games on mabo Italian Serie A ni nyina no, Masalegri ebo 3 back. Na 3 back obo no, o yusu Estupinian as a left wing back, and o yusu Yunus Musa as a right wing back. Say obo 3 back and what's our wide players and also wing backs no and they provided with na ya attack here on ne betima attack from the ring so Estupinian and a brand defense Yunus Musa ne creativity no muni so enti omo lack sa creativity from the wide area ube shen fin centrally susua obo Luka Modric at the age no omo no control game no or city deep no control game no omo ma ne nko the offensive third ni bebre so okoye attacking midfielder Abrante friend say for fan so on the operate as the destroyer na or this two any sa redim na aba mfimfin odi amomo onye obi oye creative then Abrante friend say left to cheek I operate as a box to box so sa what check AC Milan team na omo operate this season na omo 2 games omo boni nyina no omo lack creativity from the central midfield area and from the rings because of the kind of profiles omo use enti 2 games ni nyina no AC Milan enya just 6 big chances enra mpokra sa wo check omo game na majority of omo goals ne chances omo create here no na a true set pieces than individual errors from Lecce boboku no so say AC Milan betima compete for this season no ma qualify the aba Europa and what's a Masalegri ni AC Milan team ne shall say on be a lot of creativity about boboku enyam nwa say e ka hu bi no makwa kofa Christopher Abrante friend say nkuku e dia ba she boboku no because on be here creative midfielder from mfimfin on the amateur friend say AC Milan but you know the first 2 games we lose the first one and we win the second one. You hope you say AC Milan beat Matwas Safum we are so enra I was very impressed with Luka Modric. Oche the free kicks are hoodway and Luka Modric still have that magic touch. Enro sisa nyoma bebrede ma AC Milan bobuko no. You hope you say nyoma best san e di ama Milan team no. Uko Spain Madrid nefie abo against Mallorca. Ewo Bernabeu. The first 2 games of Real Madrid those say omo performance no enye 5-star. By Madrid first 2 games omo bo omo homodin etimi win sa 2 games ni nyina. Ne first game o win ne second game we win. Enti every Madrid fan hope say sa 2 games a Madrid etimi win no betima continue sa de no. No mo dey continue etimi compete with Barcelona. So after some Madrid equal win Oviedo game 3 no. The performance of Real Madrid no ama Madrid for supporters no do na GDA say umbetima continue with this performance na bibia koye dia ma Real Madrid boboku no by so far ade ba ko amani age Real Madrid boboku ho no pa na say how are Real Madrid concede chances how are Real Madrid concede goals say ni 2 games o maboni nyina no defensively me hu some certain level of improvement e Real Madrid boboku nim me jitu mu say Real Oviedo ni Osasuna mu nyebo oboku abeka se ombeti mama Real Madrid tough airtime in terms of attack eye team so mu ko share Real Madrid da ombe try say ombe defend it na mumbusa hu say last season majority of Real Madrid players are no more on na say go. But when team say nkitwa ni koshia, check the number of chances na Real Madrid concede. Check the number of mistakes no mu defend omo ye. But what check Real Madrid for first 2 games I think and I believe say gradually as a omu defend ya oma ye better. Adia ba kwa mehu sa Alonso dia beka Real Madrid game ne ho so omu nkra ball no omu defend ya. Say omu chase ball no. Omu focus the ball. The reference points ni say what's here to me ball ni free opponent in same. And anytime be a Real Madrid for ebetimi e defend bia no, omu move it towards the direction of opponent the ball no baby or the ball never. And at the time be a Madrid be defend bia no, omu chase ball. Omu try some best deep. Last season under Ancelotti, Madrid defend ya. Opponent ne J ball na Madrid aba be gu na echi. No ama opponent ne the ball naba. And now there was a lot of pressure on Courtois and a Real Madrid for defensive line. And Real Madrid for concede goals bebrea. Na hu hia some be concede by about 2 games. Madrid first game against a team friend say Osasuna. Osasuna and shot on target. Osasuna nya big chance. Courtois anye safe because Real Madrid for Osasuna J ball na no. Na Madrid a chase ball no makwa akwaje. Na no against Real Oviedo. Oviedo entimi nya big chance. Courtois eche ball me and sape ano ye saves. So in the first 2 games, Real Madrid are making sure say opponent didn't me attack bebre. That's one positive I mean about Alonso. Ne Real Madrid say omu defendi bia na omu focus the reference points no the ball. And in football, say coach eka say your reference point no yem kwaje ball yem focus on the ball na. Eche say omu use option oriented zonal marking. In option oriented zonal marking, u focus ni yani se ube chase ball no, sa obeje ball no, eni ade ba kwa meni age e wo Real Madrid. There is a lot of improvement e was omutimi correct sanyo no. But we show first 2 games are defensively. Me happy with how Real Madrid for efforts to defend it. Offensively there, Madrid dey ni problem kese bebre sa because a Real Madrid team with the individual qualities e kuro no Mbappe betimi aye ne magic na di go ade amount Vinicius Junior do say ne form ni suru bebre te say previous season there by now no against Oviedo free bench by betimi be impact game no e be share goal e be make key assist so individual quality ne Madrid will be betimi di goals ne di aba but dia ba ko aboam Real Madrid say we attacking third ne first game ne second game Alonso e yusu nyoma miensa movements rotation and flexibility. First game against Osasuna, second game against Oviedo. Adi Alonso used the attacking say Mbappe na obo number 9 no onyo bia otise Lukaku onyo bia otise Isaac mo opese time bia na oba na kire beje boni bie because opese o involve play ne nano ne ye ne de enti Madrid isi akan a omo nse ni striker obema that boss presence by anfa ho so many striker obema that boss presence no Madrid timi find a way to create more chances than to score. And the crime omo fa so yes ade no movement rotation and flexibility and the time bia no sa uche Vinicius Junior na o rotate Mbappe o rotate Master Antoine obe rotate Chouameni obe rotate Adagula obe rotate and sa oni omo obo say na because of that rotation that movement that flexibility eboama Real Madrid for timi create chances no Mallorca for first game olusu against Barcelona ne second game wakodro against Celta Vigo ne third game obe try so obe timi abi frustrate Real Madrid Real Madrid for fie omo ye team ba kwa omo ba Madrid fie no ba be city deep omo ye very aggressive omo per crosses any long balls no ma try so may use transition to beat Real Madrid for a defense by set obetina Madrid betina fie na eye team defense Mallorca be share Real Madrid na extremely difficult the last time Mpokra Madrid tina fie Mallorca be share no way back 2008. After 2008, Mallorca and team by Madrid fee be share no. So if there is going to be a team obe we need ya straight away me ko Ediama Real Madrid bobo no. Vallecano nefi against Barcelona. Vallecas. A game back wa. Se ofo obi o follow football. Now ofo Barcelona fans now buso mo say. Barca ekosia kan. Ene Barca anhegwa obeka sa obwa. Ade back wa betima trust Barcelona bobo ko ni say. Barcelona under Hansi Flick so omu sia kan ya. Say yen hegwo de. Oye dey Barcelona. About 95%. Obetima trust Barcelona say ombetima ma goals. Ombetima attack it. Ombetima control game ne di amount. Enti yen goals de. Enye Barcelona problem. Football na ye bono. Faces ahudu wo football mu ye 4. Sa 4 faces wo football mu no. Arguably uko Europa. Barcelona dominate mu mienu among the 4 phases of play. Europe clubs wo Europe na clubs wo Europe na no phases of play for na wo ho no Barcelona dominate phases ni mu mienu attacking phase Barcelona is very strong untimi nka best attacking teams wo Europe a ubeyi Barcelona free enti eba attacking phase or me very strong and a transition to attacking phase say Barcelona etimi ayiri opponent age ball now etimi achisa from defense to attack or me very strong so sa four phases of play no Barcelona is strong in two. That's the reason why omutimi she goals bebre omutimi attack very well and it's a what check Barcelona under Hansi Flick obefa oboko ni last season in all competition about 60 games eshe 174 goals se team betima about 60 games ama 174 goals a show the kind of quality and the kind of attacking power sa team ne wo se what check last season pokra na every competition be a Barcelona boy no only 2 games per and went to me go. That was against Sociedad, then Okobo was a game against A Liga and Susufi. And the only team Barcelona and Timian football and to Martinim. Every single game be on board to me. And yaba new season. New season I remember Barcelona first game. Wama Mallorca 3. Ne second game, Wama Levante 3. 2 games are Barcelona bon La Liga no, where Timia ma 50 attempt to score. Yemko baby. Season in Kobebiao, ya bought just 2 games. Barcelona amount 50 attempt to score. Every game biano, amount 3 goals. And Barcelona eshe goals, any problem. Omo quality, almost turn on the attacking and weshe. Yamal, Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres, Rafinha, Pedri, Frankie Dion, Baudimon, and Tia attack there. Untimin take anything away from Barcelona. Sanka team about just 2 games. No amount 50 attempt to score. And to Barcelona there, omu okay with attack. By the same team, ubu so omu supporters say omu problem pa ne dey pa. Ombeka tro say kwan na so mfa so e concede goals no. Ana omu kwa face Vallecano. Barcelona ne Vallecano there emutwe. Na emum aje say monitor 2 games no, 2 teams no more recent matches. Most especially says ye bo game no e wo Vallecasa. The last 4 games are Barcelona akọ Vallecas, wakọ Vallecano fee. Barcelona win ba akupe. That was last season. Barcelona ko win 2-1. And say Barcelona fans never kai sa match na. Vallecano for take lead. E chire na Pedri beteka. No be enim say game na ye draw. Ana Dani Olmo ebenya winning goal de ma Barcelona. Barcelona struggle pay you no mkonya sa 2-1 victory no. The last 4 games are Barcelona ko Vallecas. Vallecano fee wakwa ko win ba ko pe. Enti ye venue ba ko Barcelona kwa omo bre. Ana wo check Vallecas pitch na. Omo pitch ne nye. Barcelona per pitch very good obetima mo game na flow by Vallecano pitch ne nye enti bia Barcelona ko ho a mo ball ntimi flow yi e affect Barcelona style of play enti pitch na Barcelona e kwakosi akan no anytime mo ko bia no mo complain even Vallecano players ne complain say pitch ne nye enti e ma game ne nye fe e ma opponent ne ba omo ntimi mbo mo ball no pitch ne betima affect Barcelona then team na friend say Vallecano na nkasa omo style of play no mo share Barcelona omo dey have Barcelona adwin because omo run omo ye very aggressive omo use omo rings no ken obekai Vallecano for omo senior man Sakura man isi sa man no oye senior man on ne ha adwen pa wo boboko nim anytime you obeti Barcelona bi obe try so obe ha Barcelona boboko no by Barcelona betima kwa we akonya the needed 3 points eye how Barcelona ebe make sure say omo high line omo nya expose okos roba for Barcelona be omo high line no Barcelona be control game no on be attack more than Vallecano. Barcelona be create more chances on be timi nyomu goals omo pe no by Barcelona high line no on be timi a contain eye Vallecano for no Vallecano for ntimi be to omo high line no and the only problem by a game back wa still Barcelona advantage Barcelona so be kwa away with Vallecas akonya the 3 maximum points. Chelsea na fie against Fulham. Chelsea echo West Ham ko share 5-1. Chelsea fans n'eniji because of the results and the performance of Chelsea. Chelsea actually say quality wise omu obi. Oma actually say omu good tactical approach, flexibility and plan. And it's a watch Enzo Maresca every single game biano or san insano actually say oye coach or pay attention to details. So tactically say nkofo mpokro enya gidie wo Enzo Maresca omu ni problem tactical aspect of the game. And a Chelsea for actually say omu character. And it's a Chelsea with good tactical flexibility, or more character, or more quality materials. Dear Nebema Chelsea etimiya compete with England. The bit mama Chelsea etimi compete with England, I competed with the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City. Ni say, and what's a Chelsea enya consistency in their results and performance. And it is a Chelsea etimi akwa kwasha West Ham 5-1. Every single Chelsea fan expect to say obetina fear against a Fulham or bet mama the same performance. It is a Chelsea betima compete with the big guys. Oman and some dominate England. And what's a Chelsea star results omunya star performance of the mind a bet so and playing against Fulham Eufino who expect to say obet mama good performance ama good results. Name Fulham Bobo so nyafusa. A Fulham teamer maybe umfa a nidium famomo. Unshadam Fulomo by checking Marco Silva from last season, ABC this season. When him say Marco Silva, ni 2 games our season in onyan lusu you. Don't send in our board drop onyan lusu ye. Full and force so pomo first win this season. The first 2 games in our board draw on lusu. Nenya Breso Benya the first win. And Ohune says so to mean Konya first win against Chelsea was Stamford Bridge a better plus the amano. Last season, this same Fulham team and a question Chelsea 2-1 was Stamford Bridge. Our players some the question Chelsea no majority of them eda so ho. And one person who repeat the same thing. And adia back about Fulham near say, omo ye positional play team. And to team near quite a balanced side. Say yen first set piece and she go Fulham nim sadi ye. Say yen use high block omo nim sadi ye. Yen use wide defense. Yen use box defense. Na yen ye transitions omo nim sadi ye. Enti a teamer a balanced side a untimi underrate yomo. Adia baako ebua Fulham so person stop Fulham pan here say and what say o build up ni nyina unya overloads. Every single team awetimi stop Marco Silva any Fulham biano ne build up ni nyina unya overloads, most especially in the midfield. Because ukosia Fulham and Marco Silva time biano we use +1 in the midfield. Yaka se team be use +1 in the midfield time biano or per extra player to be in the midfield. And sa +1 player no person using one finfin that extra man no or use Alex Iwobi. And in finfin ho no or look at ho or ken ho and Alex Iwobi na o pretty as a ringer no who expecting to say on the bed flooded the ring so by omo ye build up biana or man drift be kan finfin ho now I hear the +1 a midfielder I will be receive ball no. And typical example a yomu game against Manchester United recently. Manchester United midfielders are now coaching use was Casemiro ni Bruno Fernandes. Adi ama Fulham timi dominate sisa game no wonfinfini say time biano Alex Iwobi be +1 na Manchester United any numbers to stop Alex Iwobi and time bi Alex Iwobi timi progressive no. So playing against Chelsea the first thing Chelsea need to do is to stop sa +1 na Fulham for use no and meje Enzo Maresca di one coach aminim so timi read the game very well Enzo Maresca a convince emu bebre enti e most likely say Chelsea fall back no be use against Fulham no. Anytime biane say Obama Rhys James na ashasia playing against Fulham onim say Fulham e use +1 in the midfield no so obe use Rhys James Obama Rhys James e invert ya become finfin for no enti apart from Chelsea back for no Rhys James e be invert ya become finfin for no obecame finfin for no obe ye close to Caicedo and no ne be allow Enzo Fernandez to be in the proper right midfielder and they most likely so obe use Dilap as the number 9. Se Dilap ebo as the number 9 the obey you soon yes sa Dilap no and distracted Calvin Bassey and Joachim Anderson. So watch Manchester United against Fulham. Now say Calvin Bassey timi ba nanim pa because says Manchester United striker no be anywhere or that boss presence enti o ment me mpini Fulham for center back baako enti na Calvin Bassey timi je ball ba nanim by Chelsea Enzo Maresca minim no e most likely so bobo Dilap so bobo Dilap ebe pini between Calvin Bassey and I said Joachim Anderson. Not then Joao Pedro timia became fin for no. So Chelsea benya the numbers. So be you so Estivao Mpokrana, Obama Estivao on paper up as a right winger, no a drift ban fin ho. Enti adi a Chelsea be beat Fulham ye say. Chelsea benya central control. Na Chelsea etimie move to create in spaces or pay. A game back wa me expect a lot from Chelsea and Meko Chelsea say Chelsea be winning. Manchester United nefi against Burnley.
Okay.
Ken here tactics. Unhia was software, unhia professor to tell you say Manchester United players in new coach no. The Manchester United supporters ni feminine. Last season, mama Manchester United supporters sunye. Omo di acho. Ya ba new season. Yenko be bia mo say Manchester United supporters na esu. Playing against Burnley, Manchester in here tactics to win this game. What check Manchester United problem back up on the field? You Ruben Amorim every year. You say Ruben Amorim in for question one by checking the mentality and the intensity of Manchester United players. I didn't think you game back Manchester United players no intensity or mentality is different. Now when you GDO the following game intensity and mentality are dropping. Okay. And the football aspect ni na sa opesa o dominate here. And what say every single aspect of the game you need to dominate. So offer team a friend say Manchester City or dominate here or dominate the tactical aspect, the physical aspect, the mental aspect, the technical aspect. Liverpool here the same thing. Nansa impokra Arsenal this second no check the mentality impokra improve. So for Manchester United to dominate apart from tactics everything the mentality aspect also more improve. And it's over against Burnley. Na no ya wa my team kitwa you from EFL Cup. Unhia tactics to win against Burnley. Unhia mentality to win against Burnley. And was almost say Liverpool ni Arsenal dey ken. Simple. A midfield game. What be dominating midfield na be carry the day. Watch Liverpool ni Arsenal recently. Draw. 2-2 on last 2 games. Nansen pokra Arsenal ko Anfield a. Otiminya draw edeba. And 2 coaches ni now elite approach. And the reason why I make us say midfield battle here say offer Arsenal bobuku no. Arteta looking out for control between the lines. Counter pressing. Coordinated switches. No me use corners they are taking advantage. Oko slaughter up exploiting vertical counters up midfield dictated rhythm. At the same time also sustaining pressure over the final third. Now we use coordinated switches. Sadia make any no say betima ye midfielders na deba. And between Arsenal and Liverpool. Arsenal midfield no Martin Odegaard up to date on shada any 100% fit. So sa number 10 no betima ye bereche eze enti na Arteta so be man free rule. Obebo ebereche eze. Obebo Merino. So obebo dia anase Zubimendi no about the Clan Rice. Oko team e friend say Liverpool amfimfin ho no Florian Wirtz ebebo McAllister so be man opportunity minim so be use so boost like e dey free right back e dey aba amfimfin. Obi obehwe game ni bia no on the midfield pattern. Wow, be dominating midfield. Una carry game back over 1.5.
Okay.
Goals there. Both teams are most likely so be able to over 1.5.
Me that say Kwame Jela. Adolson say be able to there.
Nyame adom ken. Keme that say na mami no ndin komo kakra na yembo transfers no mu komo kakra me yan ma ba games ni mu. Na you see the initial plan for Chelsea was to say Lian Delap on the 30, Joao Pedro on the 59, 80 million pounds for 2 strikers. Now on 2 players they replacing Nicholas Jackson. That is why they valued Nicholas Jackson at 80 million pounds. Into the Nicholas Jackson fee. Nanka omodi ato Delap and Joao Pedro.
Plan.
That was the initial plan. 80 million pounds. 80 million pounds na ekekako euros mu 100 million euros. It is what's 100 million euros that was it. It is what say initially Chelsea wanted Nicolas Jackson 100 million euros as sanity. But they be a catch or say negotiations a scale. You need to plan knowing very well say box you will be the corner or you're desperate and the desperate times require desperate measures. Ken the entire Chelsea form person beton Nicholas Jackson terminal say they knew very well say be end the transfer markets now a big play in the advantage. Why? Bayern Munich for we're lurking around and a Newcastle for no so epic. Chelsea knows very well says I got 2-3 days a bidding war because Bayern Munich the initial plan was that Hurricane replacements a new you try Jonah Kusi. Jonah no so you trying to gun in now sa bobo the man Sweden no. You trying oya kwada ontimi mo. Inti am top player bra. Their first target was Nick Vortamandi of Stuttgart. The 50 koye Omanji, 55 Omanji. Stuttgart for insisted say 65 million pounds. Sorry, 65 million euros. And I'm so okay, no problem. If that is the deal there, you better trying. So in the binds of Bayern Munich, almost also trying last minute. Now the Sika cost Stuttgart said they were Stuttgart for beton because Stuttgart already they are in the market searching for replacement. Only for Bayern Munich to get to know say, yeah, that's sorry, a Newcastle for Nick Vortamandi because nobody knew. Say Nick, you know, Newcastle for the Befano. Because you say Newcastle air working Bran Larson and no more working you want Wisa. It is a Newcastle. After Nick Vortamandi, na Bayern Munich the new option there. Let's just say omunsa kwa Chelsea wonum. Because Bayern Munich first target amfa option be anywhere. Jonah Kusino I likely some of them call Stuttgart and also we call PSV. Omo pet team the amano. It say Bayern Munich new option they need to go to Chelsea and beg. 4 days ago Chelsea catch them for say a 50 million pounds loan fee. And on my insist, and they 50 million pounds and 80 million euros. And they Chelsea for about 15 million euros, which is like 12.5 million pounds more, baby. And the Chelsea for say, nah, I'm one here, but you know 2 options. And the Chelsea for them are buying Munich. Options, you know, they say, boy, you turn, you cash your loan. It is a mope, some loan plus option there. A loan plus option about 15 million euros. Say loan plus obligation dear. You bet me cry the amount of 5. Maybe obligation no. Ya 2. Ya baby 70 million euros. Into you option. Ya bet you see a loan fee. Obligation loan fee for open the here. Now, Bayern Munich for clearly almost a short-term replacement. Omo play omo panic Vortamandi no wenya no Nicolas Jackson on ba be try ahwe se be fa Bayern Munich person be risk akwa no obligation na Nicolas Jackson abeto omo so na ochire bi omo ton no munya tofo
but 50 million euro loan fee Nicolas Jackson such as it on around 30 something
aye
and omo 50 million for 1 year
loan say and I'm just Chelsea knows how to do proper business and now me catch you say you could jump pensuo bia club na desperate Bayern Munich inform ni option bia o the Chelsea for be kan no beti and until the total figure no akwa 80 million euros 80 million euros 15 a loan fee 65 a option into total package in 80 million euros but what I say 50 million euros a loan fee and no cash down omutua the amount Chelsea 65 no so a cash down nembom and your option and a Chelsea for the aba say so trigger yeah Chelsea sound so sell on 10% bisa account but Bayern Munich so met trigger there I doubt because they just want to give it a try for 1 year in the minds of Bayern Munich you know they are just paying 50 million euros for 1 year because how many option bia omo targets and fa Nanka Chelsea for train. Honestly, say Newcastle and Tonic Vortamandia. Can Newcastle would have come back for Nicolas Jackson? Nanka Chelsea ajinim yenu nyina but say no say Newcastle they are not blocked they are not buying Munich they are available. Let's negotiate and find the right replacement and the Chelsea for just ask no and they are to I think say a fair business. Saboy no ko buying Munich. Na sa buying Munich cast omo penwa. Chelsea agi 50 million euros and they are two. Chelsea for enya profile ni mo you do say about Chelsea about buying Munich or ton Chelsea can sell it well. Inti Bayern Munich profile na bebe count Nicolas Jackson I'm a boy in value akosoro. Inti a win-win approach at the Chelsea because already this boy on your body be more Chelsea. Proper business na Chelsea for you. They are doing very well. And why I know mutia 40 million pounds at the Manchester United edge Ganacho. Inti I think that the businesses Chelsea are doing so far so good. Now you see Anthony situation on the DTN again. Commander Nkofo di abontin bebrebe no I think say we are not being fair to the situation on the grounds me pamcho komo bi say edu ha enye me time we na me pe we asɛmti fact ye fact the problem is not Anthony alone we are story no was rebetis for kura buafu a we walking off the deal omo buafu wan omo buafu terms and conditions at that table no so not Anthony. So why are people berating Anthony? I don't get it. Real Betis and Manchester United ye negotiations. Betis if was ye ni sika ye betu sika Manchester United wo pe no because United for pe 50 million pounds mu obi omuni sa sika no enne sa dia ye betimi ni mo ye deal bi yenye co-ownership ne say yenye Real Betis for ye be for 50% of akwara no na mo so Manchester United mo for 50%. It's a 50-50. Na co-ownership no bronika co-ownership e kire say mimi Betis meme dia and ya wo Manchester United dia nti ye nyina ye joint liable to the player. Nkomo na me di no ti ase 50-50 co-ownership e kire say wo Manchester United wo Anthony mu 50%, mimi Real Betis mi wo mu 50%. But your sanity nti say e co-ownership in really we more of a loan be because a paperwork normally stand akeke because 50% more like yenina ye check okay inti say co-ownership there boy no Real Betis for 50% of boy ni salary on betu the amano let's just aka boy ni extra 50% say ogutua sa sika no why ni betu the ama boy no
say a co-ownership say United need to
exactly but Manchester say derby eno di ontua Real Betis for fa boy because na mo de boy ne kobobo but what in common na say in the minds of Manchester United don't feel say a co-ownership there but who Real Betis who na on the boy ne ekoye adwuma boy ne mfa so bi e bia who Real Betis na what to go and take the wage bill kona kofa ni nyina
and Betis who say you turn so 50-50
yeah be check
je dey say na metwa ne sa
nkomo ni nyina no nkomo no ni nyina no because for instance here boy no say anano call Real Betis omucha market you animo no boy no je 5.4 million Manchester United 5.4 no 60,000 and Manchester United decided so mubetua by this time around he says 60,000 from what supply I can 2 years stand the contract so 60,000 pounds times 2 years will give you something around little over 6 million pounds. It is a boy ne cast on jet Manchester United sika no na just say wa boka 6 million pounds also on tiasie and the Real Betis also say some Manchester United answer some negotiation terms now almost also on tiasie they are working off the deal because ACCA say obeka say 50-50 but aketuane the mimi Real Betis for me because me na me ko use boy no but in the minds of Manchester United so some feel say the right thing
because almost turn close to 100 million euros. And almost more 25. Joma agree on 25 plus 50-50. I'm already 25 million and a Betis betria.
I bet you the
amount. United.
Some from 50%.
Now from 50% now 50-50. United they share about 100 million. You 25 pay. You 25 pay. You 50-50. And Siamba betria wages no based on 50-50. And I just Anthony Cano.
And as I say no to you. Real Betis do not care the amount of money you paid for him. What am I so? Say what Real Betis cares is that boy ni man you player. Me no na ye negotiations. We fear and we see. And I will say, we fear no. Yambra, memra na me no be partnership into ye check 50-50. And I make sure 50% in the ama okay neben.
What's a light bill na me?
Now what's a light bill? A dine bu one ya mean na mean ya. Say
well, you better until next.
In negotiations, no buzu aboye. You better heard you be.
Okay.
Inti, and also say, omo pa omo ni Anthony internase. Say, sikani nyina Anthony for Anthony. Nene entourage pay 6 million. Omo timi sorting out be 4 million. Bi ana, nanka deal no way. Ken, that's say. Liverpool ne Arsenal games dear. No. What him said the last best 6 Premier League games. Liverpool omuntimi hye Arsenal e Premier League dem e Premier League dem very very strange. 2 Liverpool Arsenal games goals song in the history of Premiership games are goals abapa Liverpool no Tottenham and their goals pie 206 goals but we any free wa Liverpool Arsenal produce 198 goals 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 game. If you some draw, to say for instance, now saying games some bonina or Anfield nina draw 2-2, 2-2, 1-1. So these are teams that produce goals. Let me even add this to the context. And a slot team, about 36 consecutive games, go every single game when we say go. So we are going to see goals game this season. Liverpool problem. They've had 2 bad games. Bournemouth, Newcastle. 2 bad games. Romanians, it's been good. Ricky, Conor Bradley, a trainee, so Conor Bradley will play as the right back. If so, let's say you release Szoboszlai. Now I hear Szoboszlai Gravenberg as the double pivot because it is important because Ken in common way Liverpool last 2 games exposing Liverpool players ni bebre Ibrahima Konate, Milos Kekes. It is not as if they are bad players, but the last time I mean we didn't come out say any defenders behind the team pressure. Any defenders behind. Inti say who expose you to a lot of balls no more mistakes. So Liverpool needs to stop that because Arsenal will give them that. Arsenal will attack them. Arsenal knows proper transitions here. Liverpool will need to stop that. Then toss to be okay. Arsenal for say 33 corner kicks in 2 years. And very interesting. We are going to watch how Liverpool are going to stop Arsenal for set pieces. See through corner kicks. Because Arsenal for corner kicks, you know, and I know during they know, and every single game they know how to do. Staff from the member. But Liverpool for so waka kama because Virgil van Dijk also wakama. Konate soa, Szoboszlai heights in your bad, Gravenberg heights in your bad. So Liverpool should deal with that. Then we can analyze the game with open play. Now let's go that way. Ken. Minim the conversation about Eberechi Eze. Ken, would you want to play Eberechi Eze so on starting game no ana because etwetwe so kakra. Eberechi Eze a fully fit no doubt. The be American say I would put him on number 10 ho. But afei na waba throwing him in a big game like this, you know. I say me 50-50 kakra.
Menya so be starting. Menya so be starting. But adia ba kwa manage wa Arteta wanna say or say or nipa bebre adwum komo boy no. I just say way back the school days the first teams for boy nyina on coaches na din komo or you be your person expressing ho. Ntia so man say freedom no. Or je ball na times we were Jeffrey Ninsem. Was an Premier League, Jibo through in Semana pressure about so now Motiatia, but the manager na patch and say, man is have freedom no. Timinim say freedom no be have free rule nibia.
Oh, any donya coach ne de dada no.
Sir, on famano.
Okay. See, big clubs you see at Crystal Palace when they get the ball, ball now, everyone looks at Eberechi Eze. He's the go-to man. Into Ojibon one. He decides when to pass. And now no coach can say, expressing yourself is that your time will be a open, no be release the pass in the. But in big teams, a well-structured team. Ken, let me give you an example. Say Bereche ya the boy amano. Now he can get Victor Gyökeres through. Now Gyökeres at himself per pass. Akwishe goal. I was me Bereche Eze. Coach say me express me hunti ball. Matene me che. Big club.
Eze one is on a heavy chain Gyökeres.
And then they saw the two club. Say Arsenal for Peliga. Skin. Unkoma Woody. We say Arsenal assigning 8 players. A chain Ghana teams. 8 team made this second and twice miensa. Wato 1 goalkeeper, wato defenders mienu, wato midfielders mienu, wato 3 attackers, Kepa, wato no, wato Pierre Henkepe, wato Christian Mosquera, 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, wato Christian Nogard, wato Martin Zubimendi, attackers miensa, wato Eberechi Eze, wato Noni Madueke, wato Victor Gyökeres. 8 players. Now, if say if you season now this second, Mikel Arteta no home better no.
Yes,
pressure wo. It's pressure wo. It is not about expressing yourself. It is about getting the team a win. It's what your boss. It is through Kenama there. You need to hold on to the boy. By your time will be especially Victor Gyökeres on your strikers now. Omuni boni bobe briu. Ono on share any ball ni ball saw. Or a striker stand for ball to a man in shit. It is only such a striker ball no kuta ball ni bebre hano because oche ball na people defenders age na nchen ontimi mo or space into we number 10 I say strikers here but say Haaland one in a baller now me see me number 10 oh bebre hano oche ball na just release the ball to him and say come on no I'm expecting a goals game probably a draw but hopefully a goals Chelsea ne Fulham there Ken Chelsea for versatility what they are front for no they be out Chelsea game now for line up now unless the game starts and I'll be how Chelsea want to play. Sa Estevao no. Yakasa only replace Cole Palmer, but literally he did not replace Cole Palmer.
Balba certain.
Too. Because in that game, Joao Pedro and a ball 10. And Estevao kobo right wo. The reason why Estevao right one now bono, he was almost seen around sa number 10 area and they say Malo Gusto was creating the weights on the holding weights in the matches on the right back. But Malo Gusto no eko jinatete gan hatene e kan number 7 no. Now ama Estevao aba inside into Chelsea would hold 2 number 10s. Estevao Joao Pedro. Into Estevao so jina right wo na send the James na bebo wa. We James needs to hold the weight for him because akwada no bar line wo bebrebe on shadow it will affect him because the style no he needs to get close to the penalty box. Into I am curious to know because the reason I make us say Fulham for no omo ye team Alexi will be bobo ni bebre enye se onimbo ni bo pass awo omo left fullbacks solid left fullbacks Anthony Robinson one of the best left fullbacks he's been consistent oni wa sesenyo na ebo omo nyina e flying fullbacks inti they go forward and ma Alex he will be dropping back midfield they no abefa he's getting the star +1 so they be on the free man. Inti Chelsea needs someone to hold on left back. Say whoever will play. As I said, Chelsea needs someone who will spin him or pinima automatically push Fulham for no deep.
Well,
but what did they meet you? Yes,
you better say game no line up on a swinche.
She say City in Brighton there, media. Team in the
Manchester City.
See, be press be in team no more. Some crazy.
Big Brahma.
Ken. The Kobe Manu situation, say, oh, your Kobe Manu, may assure say at this moment, over person will be free Manchester United. In the time I owe your story, say, Kobe Manu catch him penny for and run such in Chino no so free Manchester United Bobo Conim, say, yet Tom Poa, or be person will be called out on loan. Aquadana Semna or canning na because we here playing time. And football, the Biameka say play a bio was to be. The only time a nipa be who value, the only time a price be kosoro, nipa be put some level of premium on who and no performance. Say when opportunity ball. When you don't get the chance to feature, you don't get the chance to play. If we are seeing nipa who the kind of quality are we made of, it's a player biano. Unya akwanya ball and nipa who the ultimate ye. Kobe Manu, any share of problems say Manchester United. But Robin to be convinced me say Kobe Manu as a footballer is a bad player. Position now obono coach na catch it only Bruno Fernandes and na empre for position Bruno Fernandes as we speak Manchester United's best player it's ultimate for player for Frobi and Bruno Fernandes and free Manchester United team nimo but the last game Manchester United played EFL Cup nimo against Greenby Town Abrante any ball or ball if you want to clearly actually said the opportunity he was Manchester United's best player in midfield. On a control game, no. Edema Manchester United Bobo Kono. It detected the pace when he got hold of the ball or control ball. No man say yes. This is a player or control game as a central midfielder. And Adiamani team, it is such a young talent. Adio Bepe and it's Obenya playing time. And as we speak, Manchester United are bedding. Thomas Tuchel Ababa Bekasa. So I'm fair Kobe Manu because on your playing time on Manchester United. And me know me nim. Say Baba Beko World Cup. There are certain midfielders and maybe a chum. Ebim pana ye di momo. And maybe a chum. Ebim pana ye mo mudio. But today, ye bo mudie Jacob Manu because omunya bi bo omu team to my own do omu team here. A typical example, Adam Wharton of Crystal Palace. And can maybe a chum kaya bo midfielders. Wo England. I just say ye mo call up no mu besi akan. And ani pa dwene so mu betimi abebo the English national team. Ebian kan di imam. But today, ni dimbam because onya playing time on the team. and so your combination out the bench. Now all these midfielders are in the past. England you kobo Euros umfiempon nunu say, but people saw the kind of power obebo and only people this year started wa. May assure so be pray for a move out of Manchester United. Until when found Manchester United they press squad depth. No mu benya nka akwada na te bench no. Akwada na so odwene ono so dache for himself and then the English national team because Olusini position with the 3 Lions because only be more Manchester United. I'm taking all these things into consideration. Because Xavi Simons team bia one iconic jersey number. Team bia obekombia based on players bia ba be share sa jersey no. Boy any performance almost dine the was our team nim. Etuba Manchester United number 7 jersey no. The iconic jersey number for Manchester United. The moment I be fast jersey na she pe ni pe he to be put your performance e was so na ebe yehu. O ye no ni free one ma. Tottenham Bobo no. Player baako. No so aba be she jersey and money mo akosoro pa na nipa boni din pa. Human song. Looking at the performance of Dine the ma Tottenham. It is all about Tottenham Bobo no. And fa ho said the other Orange which is the Dutch national team. Ocean number 7 wo and no previous club PSV now share number 7 jersey number now ababa befa no aside sika ye dia ababa befa any expectations e wo hono no jersey number now abefa no the another form of pressure and so the baba ka ho now ni pehwe so obe put your performance e betimi aburu Madison nom de no so ni pehwe say jersey number now ababa befa no betimi aye ho adwuma because you mean song the years of consistency. Any Jumo de Yama Tottenham Bobo no 333 matches. Our boy, he scored 127 goals. Any 27 assists. English Premier League and our branch and the Tottenham Bobo no. And this is the kind of player we are talking about. Our befan the JC number. And me shesa Quadano performance our Dynedy. Our Bundesliga in last season. Any the opportunity of Baba Binyano or betting me hit that kind of mark. Nan near my con kind mano. Can Manchester United ever Burnley? Say, what is United be Burnley? I am sure, say, say, oh, Manchester United ne Burnley dear. Oh, say we dear, yeah, and can we say you cool chop at Manchester United. But if you have followed Manchester United this season, no, I share Manchester United performance this season now. And I say free last season ever. May assure say, oh, your Manchester United supporter, I am better. Can since April, at Baba Bessie Samri. Manchester United matches are boy in the English Premier League. Manchester United are picking only 6 points. And a dear film. But winning 1. And I draw 3 times. They can now end in losses. And see, this is the team we are talking about. Man United started very well against Arsenal, even though they lost. But so you see against Arsenal, any problem. And now signs to Kokobo Fulham Bobo no. Kokobo Fulham now draw here. A man for fun and normal. You get an EFL Cup opportunity against Grimsby. Nipa nyina few say these 2 matches are in kind boy, and na adding, and I went to Miansha at least against Grimsby Town there. And ka fa ready me ho na players dem fan gain confidence and from more the matches aka English Premier League no. They who understand Manchester United akwa drawn game. I the penalties ayi Manchester United their film. So watch Burnley this particular season and to English Premier League no. The first game of boy English Premier League ni mo ankon kan am fama no obo Tottenham and untimi nyina sa game ni so nka se Burnley team ni bad there be the Tottenham performance against Manchester City actually how strong a Tottenham performance na this season etie etu ono ne share Burnley ewie ye no Burnley nya another opportunity ko ball Sunderland looking at Sunderland no first game against West Ham clearly the Sunderland performance nya bad and a Burnley chase Sunderland then or share no. So Burnley ball now about the ball against Manchester United no. They are coming with confidence. Aside a few players who almost scored ni mo kita that kind of experience. Team be here. Ube you obi say Kyle Walker. Me no nim Kyle Walker performance for Manchester City in the English Premier League. Kyle Walker among the players Omo benya wins do pa. Se team omo na ba Old Trafford 6. Kyle Walker whenever he's with a side. Ba Old Trafford Oba be Manchester United were problem. They have Mabry, Hannibal, former Manchester United player. Akwadano few say Manchester United nan ko be opportunity. A lot of these players can say free team or a former player. na nyo no ani pem na person ode kɔ but o feel say wona one man opportunity and I shipping it out or baba be hia obi ana o person put up a performance e be mo nu ho say o ja na man kɔ ye nti Manchester United team ni mfimfin honom e wa adwuma ye Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, or whoever obeka sa amnante mienu ho no e was some a lot of work at the Manchester United bobo no Bruno Fernandes and a Manchester United be rely on in this particular game. Benjamin Sesko aba, Kuni aba, Mbomo aba. Kuni especially in the Premier League. Also born home on the part of Manchester United. But go no enyam maye. Mbomo performance no, it hasn't been bad. But until the Manchester United supporters they expect probably new team, new philosophy, it will take a bit of time. Sesko Susunyam finding fit. It will count I rely on the best player of the team, which is Bruno Fernandes. And Bruno Fernandes has a record against newly promoted sides. Bruno Fernandes, the last 8 matches on the newly promoted teams, above English Premier League, was shot 4 goals and our 66 times. Okay. It was known Manchester United, but falling on. So, bet me, I have no results. I'm expecting a win for Manchester United, though it ain't easy. But I see Team Burnley also scoring. Probably a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Because United last 3 matches are wabbo. This season, it will be a one concede goal.
Burnley so be go.
I damn who is a Burnley benya go.
One header go no.
Bayern done better.
He's on the best.
The coach in you don't know. It's probably a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Now, Kakebi on Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone, last time we can ask him, has to be very careful and cautious. Keno kwa koba Alaves. So who share Alaves akin? Obia few says because Alaves there. Yes, start this season no. Diego Simeone about 2 matches we league him. 2 matches don't win it. Or Lucy Bako and our draw Bako. And our kwa koba Alaves. Atletico Madrid ni Alaves the last 22 games of our mabo. Atletico Madrid they win him 12. Alaves are winning just 5. But unfortunate incident is that Alaves home the last 3 matches only unbeaten against Atletico Madrid. The last 3 visits Atletico Madrid to Alaves home. Atletico Madrid didn't share go mpo. Ewom. Until almost has our records now, they will be confident. Last season they were home.
And this way you feel better team. That game no.
Game ne Game ne pa.
Atletico Madrid for betria afa Alaves so.
Game ne and the midfield of Atletico Madrid a problem kaka. Unya ta creative spark no. Ewom. Omo mo bom finfin no. Barrios and Cardoso and for that kind of make us a creativity in ma. Unless Bayern and Anka expect to be creative or out or injured. Okay. It's also another form of problem. Players be to say Julian Alvarez, Alexander Solot should make sure so the go-to men and the Atletico Madrid because the club like Atletico Madrid looking at the spendings, ultimately more 3 matches in the Spanish La Liga. Now we be. Yes, our pressure the back coach and so no.
Maurice, the highest paid coach so. Diego Simeone.
And they spend for him. Man is got the third your pay. It was more expected results. Only be informal team, though it's difficult. Okay. But I feel say also ABB. And Ubo we are one shout about Villarreal. Look at Villarreal former whom our La Liga name this season.
What's about Champions League?
Yes. It also making sure so between any results.
But that's say, young friend in your name, Mammy more before me about Amufasono. I say, I'm Chelsea for now, but so a record fee. In terms of loan, yes, you've been to Premier League in that. No club and the Premier League in the what me the player I could loan at 13 million pounds a season, 15 million euros. Chelsea and the first club in Premier League history, more at 13 million pounds loan fee for one player. Kobo 1 year, bra. You bet 13 million pounds, even 50 million euros. The top players.
Oh, a top place.
Oh, Oba City, maybe. Kusano for more.
Example, we are there.
Some everybody.
Let's say a team touching me cast bear 10. You say Chimikas.
Oko Liverpool, a touching me cast. Oko, yeah, you're very saying. Liverpool, a touching me cast. City, a Tokusanov.
Man, you the better play.
Man, you there, a better say.
United.
I bet to place baby. Malaysia they are say 4. Nti Malaysia so be 3 kura obeti mato.
Na me pacho and we see Ghana ha it's me top clubs be the.
And now all the Chelsea. Chelsea what they turn.
And just say nkoda.
Oh, I told Raheem Sterling. ɛtɔ Benchiwa ɛtɔ Evan saying Bobodin Mamenti.
Outcast for no.
Oh, I'm going to Chelsea players. We catch Chelsea players. I'm going to free. I'm going to Chelsea players.
Gusto Grazi,
Malo Gusto there.
50 million for Gusto. Okay. On my record fee.
It's good. It's good. Sam said, Atletico Madrid na Morata ne kuta say 20 million euros if I'm right.
Okay.
Or called Juventus no.
Oh, Spain.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Premiership there.
I bet Chelsea for no.
Chelsea.
Record loan fee in Premier League history.